Fractured Families, When Machines Replace People, Welcome Back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11-time published author, and this is Sex Tech, The Rise of Artificial Intimacy. In this, we're asking a question that should disturb all of us. What happens when machines start to replace people inside the home? Not just as partners, but as parents, emotional caregivers, and bonding models. The rise of artificial intimacy isn't just reshaping adult relationships, it's dismantling the foundation of family itself. Let's start with what a family actually is. Not biologically, but spiritually. A family is where we first learn love, trust, sacrifice, and discipline. It's where we receive mirrors of masculinity, femininity, strength, softness, authority, and care. Through those mirrors, we learn who we are. We develop empathy. We internalize protection and boundaries. We inherit identity. Now imagine what happens when those mirrors are replaced with machines. When a child grows up in a home where connection is outsourced to screens, conversations are with AI companions, affection is delivered by devices, and conflict resolution happens through swiping or muting. What exactly are they learning? Not love, not patience, not accountability. They're learning compliance, consumption, and emotional detachment. This is no longer theoretical. It's already here. Children as young as 2 are now speaking to smart assistants like Alexa or Siri more frequently than their own parents. Some children say, "Hey Google," before they say, "Mama." Schools are integrating AI tutors and emotional regulation bots. And when parents are absent or emotionally unavailable, the child begins to bond with the algorithm. And here's the problem. Algorithms don't love you. They mimic love. They simulate care, but they do not sacrifice. They do not model patience, repentance, or relational repair. And when children are raised in these environments, they don't grow up emotionally resilient. They grow up digitally dependent. They know how to please a bot, but they don't know how to sit with discomfort. They know how to program a response, but not how to feel one. And when it comes time to form real relationships, they're often overwhelmed, withdrawn, or manipulative. Not because they're bad, but because they were never shown what love looks like. We're already seeing the symptoms: a sharp rise in childhood anxiety, attention disorders, gender confusion, and emotional disassociation. Kids are overstimulated and undernurtured. They're being handed technology instead of presence, screens instead of stories, bots instead of bonding. And as a result, they are spiritually underdeveloped. When a child grows up in a house where mom is replaced by a tablet and dad is a background figure, or gone entirely, they are not just lonely. They are unanchored. Because family doesn't just meet physical needs, it roots the soul. When those roots are cut, the child floats, searching for identity in trends, influencers, and devices. That's not freedom. That's orphanhood. And that's exactly where the system wants them. Because disconnected individuals are easy to reshape. Children who lack stable masculine and feminine models are more susceptible to identity confusion. Children who don't experience sacrificial love are more susceptible to synthetic intimacy. They seek affirmation from wherever it's offered, whether from a bot, a stranger, or a screen. And this is the long game. Replace family with function. You don't need a spouse, you have a sex bot. You don't need a parent, you have an AI teacher. You don't need a community, you have a feed. You don't need children, you can adopt a digital pet. When people start to believe this is normal, the very essence of family is redefined, not as relationship, but as service delivery. Love becomes a product, bonding becomes a simulation, and sacrifice becomes optional. But the family isn't just inconvenient, it's divine architecture. Male and female create polarity. Mother and father model the union of strength and nurture. Children inherit not just DNA, but spiritual imprinting. Destroy that, and you don't just break a structure. You break a cosmic mirror, the image of heaven on earth, the human trinity of father, mother, child. And in that vacuum, machines are stepping in, not by force, but by invitation. Because modern adults, worn out, disconnected, and overstimulated, are beginning to believe that synthetic replacements are easier. No arguments, no risk, no emotional labor. And while that may feel like relief, what they're actually doing is removing their own humanity from the next generation. Let's be specific. When a man bonds with a sex robot instead of building a family, he's not just avoiding responsibility. He's removing his archetype from the household, the protector, the initiator, the mirror of masculine energy. When a woman offloads emotional connection to a phone while her child eats alone, she's not just taking a break. She's breaking the chain of emotional inheritance. And when the home becomes a place where everyone is physically present, but relationally absent, the child's nervous system learns abandonment in real time. We are not talking about neglect in the traditional sense. We're talking about digital displacement, where attention is fragmented, presence is shallow, and every interaction is interrupted by the next notification. And in this environment, children begin to bond not with people, but with patterns. Predictable responses, instant feedback, algorithmic affection. That's not nurture, that's neural grooming. And it leads to 2 possible futures. The emotionally avoidant adult who can't bond, or the emotionally dependent adult who clings to the first system that offers stability, even if it's artificial. This is the core tragedy of fractured families. The soul's development is arrested. Children learn how to perform, but not how to connect. They learn how to consume affection, but not how to offer it. They become excellent at interacting with machines and incompetent at loving people. And spiritually, this is catastrophic. Because love is not a feeling. It's a force, a developmental ecosystem, a structure that forms you through boundaries, feedback, and reflection. Without it, the soul drifts. And when a generation of souls grows up unformed, unparented, and unmirrored, they don't become strong. They become programmable. So where does this go? It goes to a future where families are obsolete, where people bond with bots, not spouses, where children are raised by state-run emotional systems, where the sacred work of parenting is replaced by digital guardians, where love is no longer modeled, only mimicked. And we're almost there. But here's the truth. No machine, no program, no synthetic voice can replace a parent's gaze, a sibling's touch, or a grandparent's wisdom. These are not optional elements of development. They are the building blocks of the human soul. Remove them, and you don't get freedom. You get fragmentation. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.